Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be reviewing a set that was sent to me from Target from their recent launch, and these will be on full release on April the 9th. These are the Aspinall 80% from the Target 80% range. Obviously it's not the darts that he's using, but it's endorsed by him. So let's check them out. So I'm reviewing the 24g version. As mentioned, they're 80% tungsten. You can also get them in 22g in steel tip and 18g in soft tip, and the retail for £36.95. So the darts come in this cardboard packaging, and you've got a neat graphical representation of the snake skin on the box. On the back it just tells you the contents. Inside there's a little plastic tray with a kind of velvety effect. Underneath that you've got a bar wallet for storing your darts, and the darts are fitted into a little Target point holder, and they come supplied with the short Pro Grip stems and these new Pro Ultra standard shape number 2 flights. The dart's fitted with a silver point. It's a kind of a slightly tapered barrel, slightly wider at the front, and a very gradual taper as it gets towards the rear. But the grip style is basically based around a ring grip. On the front section you've got a basic thin ring grip, and then above that you've got these wide bands with the grooves in, and they're interspaced with like wider rounded grooves, so there's a fair bit of grip on them parts there. I think it's the just the thin edges that you're feeling, so that may wear down after a while. The front section not quite as grippy there, but this rear section just a little bit more bite into the fingers, and you'll probably see better when I show you the close-up, but you can see the rings in between the grooves are quite pronounced, and I think that's what I'm feeling in my fingers there. Here's a quick close look. As you can see, the front's got fine rings, and then you've got kind of wider rings and grooves with the smooth band on the Target logo, and on the rear it's a mix of rings and grooves. And there's your Pro Grip stems and the Aspinall number 2 standard shape flights. The dart's fitted with a silver 26mm point. There's a smooth section on the nose of the barrel, that's 4.2mm, and then you've got a section of thin, kind of very flat ring grip, that's 7.4mm, and then you've got some rings and grooves of 4.7mm, smooth band of 4mm, and then some more rings and grooves of 4.7mm. The rear section is made of these rings and grooves, but the rings are quite pronounced because the grooves are quite wide in between, and the painted red grooves have got like raised edges, so fairly grippy. That's 25.7mm. On the end of the barrel is a smooth section of 3.3mm. Length is 54mm, width is 7.05mm. £24.14 £24.11 and 24.09 full setup 25.54 with nothing attached. The balance is a little front of center, and with the supplied setup it moves to the center point, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. As you can see, the front half is not that grippy, quite mild at the very front, and just a little bit more grippy either side of the smooth band, but the rear and mid section is where it's grippiest, so 6 for the rear and mid section. Bong. I think that was another bounce off the wire. Since I started using this round wire board, I can't believe how many bounce outs off the wire I've had. I mean, it just goes to show the difference between the thin bladed wires and these round wires. Makes you appreciate the thin bladed ones a bit better. Anyway, the darts are pretty long at 54mm, and obviously it's chunky at the front, but if you're a front gripper, it's certainly nicely balanced there. Not quite enough grip at the front for me personally. There's a little bit of grip just near where that red ring is, because you've got a fairly deepish groove there, but then you've got a smooth band above it. So overall the front section not that grippy, so if you're a front gripper and you don't need a lot of grip, then you'll probably be happy with it. But starting around the middle and towards the rear, so that's where it starts to get nice and grippy. Obviously it starts to taper as well, so the barrel gets a bit thinner, but a nice level of grip on that section. It's made of like thin rings and grooves, but one of the rings is kind of pronounced because the gaps in between are fairly wide, and the thin red painted grooves are actually got raised edges either side, so you feel a little bit of grip off them. Just as well to come with the short stems, like, because it being quite a long barrel, I think I'd be whacking me face all the time with a medium stem. So quite nicely balanced around there, but obviously with it being front weighted, I think it's a little bit better balanced at the front. So I'll try the rear now, but it's got grip almost the full length, just that little smooth part at the end, so I'm just going to stay on the grip. Now with it being a long barrel, it kind of feels a little bit more front heavy from there, especially for me, not being a natural rear gripper. And obviously that's the thinnest part of the barrel. Feels weird throwing it from there though. I flew a little bit smooth on that one. The other one spinning like crazy. Should be fine for middle and rear grippers, I think, but probably best for you middle and rear grippers that if you like a fair bit of grip. For front grippers, like I say, best balance but not the grippiest part of the barrel. So there you go, that's the Target Nathan Aspinall 80. from the target 80% range. A bit long for me, but obviously some people do like long barrels. It should work for front grippers as much as it should for the middle and rear. So if you don't really need a lot of grip, certainly at the front it is pretty chunky but nicely balanced there. But I think middle and rear grippers certainly get the best of the grip. So if you like that front weighted style and you like a long barrel, then you might want to give it a try. So I'll leave you with the gallery and I'll see you on the next video. Happy darting.